Feel the earth under your feet. Really feel it. Then you sync your breath to your steps. Inhale, step. Exhale, step. And through that simple rhythm, you find this stillness, this peace in the present moment. For Swasti, whose life had been nothing but constant motion and toil, this ability to find peace while moving, it was a complete revelation.
A path without caste. Now, Svasti's next lesson was just as profound, but this one was social. You have to remember, he grew up in this incredibly rigid caste system where your birth defined your worth as less than. But in the Sangha, the community of monks, that entire brutal structure, it just vanished.
And this is just such a powerful idea. For the first time in his entire life, nobody saw a buffalo boy. They just saw Svasti, a brother on the exact same path. Imagine the freedom of that, to be judged not by who your parents were, but by your own character and your commitment to the journey.
And you see that equality in this simple, beautiful moment. Svasti doesn't even have a monk's bowl, but Rahula, who happens to be the Buddha's own son, doesn't even hesitate. He just shares his food with Svasti on a banana leaf. It's not some grand gesture, but it is a perfect example of true brotherhood in action, completely erasing social status.
Pretty soon, Svasti's life settles into this whole new rhythm, one that was totally different from the chaos of his past. It was a cycle of purpose, a morning walk for alms, midday meditation, afternoon teachings, and then quiet evenings. It was a life stripped down to what truly mattered, a life of really profound simplicity.
And if you could boil that entire philosophy down to just a single object, it would be this: one bowl. That was all they carried. It wasn't just for food. It was this constant physical reminder of non-attachment. It taught that you need very, very little on the outside to be truly full on the inside. For Swasti, who had known a life of constant lack, this was a radical redefinition of what enough even means.
Swasti's new beginning. So after just 10 days on the road, the boy who left that village, he's gone. The journey to Magadha was never really about the destination, it was all about the transformation. It was an inner pilgrimage from a life of hardship to a life filled with purpose.
Just look at the contrast between these two worlds. On the left, you see the path he was born into, one defined by his caste, a life of just toil and struggle. But on the right, well, that's the new path he's walking, one defined by his character, filled with purpose, and leading toward inner peace. It's a fundamental shift in what it means to live a life.
You know, what I really take away from Svasti's story is that his incredible journey, yeah, it began with a promise, but it was built one mindful step at a time. It really makes you think, what amazing journey in your own life is just waiting for you to take that next, simple, mindful step?